After the president appeared to urge his supporters in North Carolina to break the law and vote twice, a defence from the podium of the White House briefing room.
The president does not condone unlawful voting. The president's been very clear about this. I'm once again not surprised the media is taking the president out of context. This president's trying to enfranchise Americans, which is exactly what he's been saying. He wants every American to have a vote.
The president himself tried helping with the cleanup. He posted a series of tweets where he told voters to go to their polling places after sending in their mail-in ballots to make sure their vote had been counted. The controversy erupted during a presidential campaign visit to North Carolina. He said people worried about election fraud should vote twice.
Let them send it in and let them go vote. And if their system's as good as they say it is, then obviously they won't be able to vote. If it isn't tabulated, they'll be able to vote. So that's the way it is.
Intentionally voting twice is a crime, something officials in North Carolina pointed out in a statement. They said attempting to vote twice in an election or soliciting someone to do so also is a violation of North Carolina law. There are numerous checks in place in North Carolina that prevent people from double voting. Attorney General William Barr was asked during an interview on American TV to respond to Trump's comments. The government's top lawyer said he didn't know the election laws in every state, but added without evidence that widespread vote by mail is very open to fraud and coercion, is reckless and dangerous, and people are playing with fire. President Trump has often claimed that mail-in voting will be used to rob him of the election. One expert who's looked into mail-in voting says there's no evidence to support the president's allegations.
In the past, when politicians have debated election laws, it's been intense, but it's not been to the level of vitriol and certainty behind the statements that we see the president and his allies making about vote by mail. It's a real stark divide between the evidence and the rhetoric on this issue. There's just such a wide gulf between the two.
The Federal Election Commission says the idea of mail-in fraud is a conspiracy theory. That's backed up by a 2017 study which found the overall rate of voting fraud in the US is at the most 0.0009%. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.